Hello, everybody. This is 100 Roach or Commissar Roach, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Death or Dishonor. This expansion, at the time of this release, is coming out in a couple of days and adds in new focus trees and unit models, and it kind of expands out the nations of the Balkans. So you get Yugoslavia, you get Czechoslovakia, you get Hungary, and you get Romania. I don't think Bulgaria is a part of this, but it's the newest, expansion or DLC for Hearts of Iron 4. It also revamps the air system a little bit. So I got early access to this, so we're going to start up a little scenario. If you were enjoying my previous Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Great War Mod, unfortunately, this new DLC broke that save, and I'll have to wait and see if it's compatible and maybe pick it up again later, or it might just be gone, so I'm sorry for that. But in this Let's Play, as you can probably see from the title, we're going to be playing as Romania, because we are going to make Romania great again. And we're going to be playing it on regular difficulty, historical AI focuses. We're not going to be playing Iron Man mode. Everything's pretty much set to normal, and we're going to get into this. Let's see what we got here. Now, I have played a little test game of this as Hungary, so I haven't played as Romania yet, but we are going to... I have played as Romania before in a previous multiplayer series, so it looks like we've got a pretty modest starting force, pretty similar to what they used to have. So we're going to make a mobile force and an actual border force. So we're going to take away all of our cavalry and armor, and that's going to be our main army. And we're going to put them on the Russian border. And we're going to, let's see here, let's say we'll put this guy on there. And then everyone else, so we got him, that cavalryman, these guys, and this armor. They're all going to be part of our armored forces, and I guess we'll put them as hills fighters, even though they're not technically that good in hills. And we're just gonna move them there. That'll work out. And let's take a look at our research. Not the best. Get some support weapons up. Get basic machine tools, and let's get our mechanical engineering. And let's see about our factory situation. Let's see here. Not the best. Not the best. Let's put down 2 civilian factories here, then round out with some military factories. We're also going to put down a dockyard here. Yeah, that's about all we really can do. Let's put down some convoys, because we're going to need it to trade resources. Let's just kind of fill out our factories there. And let's look at the new... Yeah, this is the new focus tree for Romania. It's actually rounded out pretty well. I wish it was a bit bigger, like further down, a little wider, but it looks good. We're going to... what I kind of want to do is I don't want to be a puppet of someone else, so it looks like this is dealing with mostly... German advisors, join the Axis, join the Allies, join the Comintern. I don't want to do that. I want to stand on our own. Let's preserve Greater Romania. We are going to make Romania great again. We don't have a lot of manpower, and we don't have a lot of resources. So what's our biggest deficit? Looks like steel right now. So let's go to steel. Does anyone without a sea border? Can we get a land border with anybody? How about Poland? No, they don't get a lot. Alright, so we're just going to trade with the United States. Let's get that going. Yeah, we're going to be 5 convoys short, but That'll be alright. Let's increase the speed to 3. Everybody's moving to their border position. Now, the other thing that was changed in this patch, I think the air things are coming in the free patch. I'm not totally sure about that one. Oh, right. I forgot. Romania. Huh. Yeah, Romania has a crappy leader at the beginning. It was supplementary budget. What was I trying to say? I'm not sure exactly if the air things are going to be coming in the free patch or not. I think they are, but one of the things that was in the dev diaries, the new air zones, have not come yet. Apparently, they did not have enough time to finish those. So we just got the redesigned air map mode, and we'll experiment with that a little bit. I'll have to learn it again, but we'll get that when Romania actually has an air force, because as you can see, they don't necessarily have that many. We have 48 planes, 48 fighters, and like 24 bombers. So we're not just 2 things of fighters. So yeah, we don't have a lot. So we'll get into that whenever we can. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow start for Romania, but what I'm hoping to do is create like a second Balkan League, because if you've been watching the Great War Mod series or familiar with pre-World War I European history, the Balkan League existed down here before World War I. So I'd kind of like to restart that and create like another faction to round out here against the Axis and Comintern and the Allies if they decided to fight us. But we'll have to build up first. We're low on manpower by quite a bit, though once we get some political power, we should be able to actually change our recruitment law, because yeah, we're on volunteer only right now, export focus and civilian economy, so we can switch all these up by 1 without too much trouble. The other thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pick an ideology, because if I remember correctly, to go down this tree here, which makes it so we don't actually have to kowtow to another factions. To another faction, we have to declare an ideology. We have to have Hungary aligned, and we need to have our leader in rule. Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure this out. So we have to align Hungary. Yeah, we should be able to get this done, hopefully. Okay. Going at speed 4 right now. First couple of years of Hearts of Iron 4 are always a bit slow. It's the building up period. It's everybody's building up their military, getting ready for the eventual war that's going to be coming. Now, if I remember correctly, Hungary's under a treaty right now, so they are demilitarized, or they are very limited. I think they're currently stuck on they're disarmed nation, so to get above that they have to break a treaty, because I think it was something put in place after World War I, because technically that's because Hungary and Austro-Hungarian Empire. I may be wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain that's what that means. So yeah, sorry as well for anybody who's watching this that was enjoying the Great War mod. I was enjoying it as well. I was looking forward to getting up and starting the next recording session, but that was the same day that I got the code for this, and because of the changes in the air map mode and a lot of other things, it breaks the compatibility with those mods. Okay. So, Germany remilitarized the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory close to the French border in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions of France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than Germany walking into their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. Worrying. And we have assert Balkan dominance, so that we can go down these lines here. Now, the thing is, we're going to have troops in the field. We're going to need 400,000 troops in the field. Currently, we have a little more than half that, so we definitely need to increase our military recruiting and our pool of troops. To do that, are we going to be able to... Well, let's see here. We could do that. It's not really going to give us a lot. Let's get some industry here. We just need to get our first... get some political power going. And if we do, we should be able to go to limited conscription without any problem. And that'll increase our recruiting by at least 1%. So we should get a pretty big jump. And we're also going to have to worry a lot about our actual deficit of materials, because right now our support equipment's deficit, so is our infantry equipment and our artillery, so that's going to be a problem. Now let's see here. I think I can still see there. Yeah, this is the new Czechoslovakian focus tree. It's been expanded quite a bit. And looks pretty good. It's pretty wide. Not too deep, though. But then again, it is Czechoslovakia. It's probably not going to last too long. Oh, free dockyard. That was because we only had one sub being made. So we're just going to pile on these convoys so we can get more of these resources to us. Right now we have a deficit of 2 convoys. We get 2 more of those, should be good. We lost the effect of the supplementary budget for our king, which I don't think this is our actual king, but whatever. Alright, we finished mechanical engineering. I think it's good to get a research rate going, since we only have 3 research slots right now. If we can get our rate up, that should balance out pretty well. What else was I looking at? I think Austria might have a new... no, Austria does not have a new one, but I know Hungary does. Yeah, Hungary does have a new tech tree, and they're doing a secret rearmament, so they're getting back to be able to actually have troops. We want to jump on them early. We don't want them to get too far down there, because I think they can resist our puppeting of them if they get too big, so we're gonna have to jump on that early. And the other one that got a new tech tree is Yugoslavia. They got a pretty decent tech tree, actually. A lot of interesting twists and turns here. Definitely say, if you are interested, take a look at Screenshot Online or pick up the DLC if you're truly interested in it. I haven't played too far into it, so I'm not exactly sure how much of this stuff will affect the late game. If it'll be the same as Together for Victory, where they kind of didn't really matter, because third-rate or second-rate countries didn't have huge sway during World War II. But we'll see. It's definitely interesting to play around with, I would say. Gives more flavor to countries like these. And if you've paid attention to the multiplayer games I've played in Hearts of Iron 4 or various other things, I always say Romania is one of the probably better second-rate nations in Europe. It's a very big sleeping giant that could expand pretty early. Okay, we got the Spanish Civil War. Civil War has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued a proclamator, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. The right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist the push to their last breath. So that is the Spanish Civil War, where normally the nationalists win, but we will see. But as I was saying, I always think Romania is a very interesting country to play. They have a very defensible area that you can really exploit. So, let's see here. I think we need to... what do we need to do? I think we're going to go for the agrarian reform. That'll decrease our consumer goods, give us more factories to play around with. As we continue to wait for an increase in our ability to recruit people. Okay, support weapons and machine tools have finished. So, with machine tools, let's get construction. And with this, let's get... it's 1936, so... what are we going to do here? Well, let's upgrade our artillery at least. And we have a couple of these military factories. Let's put one in support equipment and artillery. And we are now again low on our supplies, our resources. So let's increase that. Yeah, we don't have enough, but we have to. Because the biggest thing we're going to run into here is we're going to be very resource poor for a while. But later down the line, we will be able to increase that. Okay, that definitely expanded our ability to build troops, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to build basic infantry divisions for right now. So we're going to add 5, we're going to do 2 runs of 5, and we're going to build these in this city here. We don't have enough of anything for them, but we'll slowly still build up our ability to supply them. Let's also get tungsten for ourselves. So, yeah, we're 4 convoys, and we're in a deficit of 4 convoys before we can get the resources we just were trading factories for, but we're slowly building them up. King throws a lavish party. Despite being vetted by the king himself, the official coverage of the recent feast at the royal palace has caused great public dissent. Pictures of the king's mistress in an expensive French evening gown and detailed descriptions of the 7-course meal eaten from golden plates have further inflamed the population, who are still suffering from the after effects of the Great Depression. The king demands that we make a public statement of support at once. Well, I guess it's supplementary budget. Let's just do that. We won't be able to build anything until that goes down because we're using so many of our factories, but it's all we can do. And we'll need to keep this leader as well, if I remember correctly. We cannot have the coup because that, yeah, we need Carlo II to be in command to get this. Because I don't want to go down these paths here. This will make us part. Well, I mean, it'll make us friendly to a certain faction. I want to be a distinct, separate faction. So we are just going along at speed 4 here. Just continue to build up. We need. With this, we'll have about almost 300,000 troops in the field. We'll just need to do another run or 2 of these infantry divisions, and we should be able to start aligning our neighbors to our ideology. Increase that to speed 5 for a bit. Nothing really going on right now. Though we are also waiting for... well, what did they just remilitarized the Rhineland, so then they should be working on... Okay, we just got the agrarian reform. Alright, is there anything... Yeah, we could do this. This will give us some political power. If we go down this way, though, we can really start pushing our... what do we want to do? Yeah, let's go down this way, because we could also, if we look down here, we can also get the steelworks, which will give us 12 steel in one of our regions, which will definitely help us out quite a bit, because that's one of our biggest problems right now, is we are steel poor. Alright, we've built up enough convoys that we are supplying all of our factories, which is good. Okay, the games of the 11th Olympiad, the 11th Olympic Games have recently been held in Germany. Attended by athletes from 49 different nations across the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics were the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals, while the Americans came in second with 24. 4 of these were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete of the Games. I always love those little history blurbs. They're interesting, and they give you kind of context to the time period. Like, I did not know that that was the first time there was live television coverage. I actually thought that would have been a bit early, but I guess not. So we are... Okay, supplementary budget has finished, so we are beginning building our factories again. I think the next time we get some political power, we're going to go to a early mobilization economy law, so we get more factories. We're also going to want to go ahead and do limiting our exports. Okay, so we just finished with our infrastructure effort. Well, see, this one doesn't tell me what it gives me, so why the hell would I do it? I guess I'm just gonna support a local company then. Alright, so we just got our interwar artillery, which is good. Let's start on our doctrine. With what Romania has, especially that we don't have a lot of factories, we can't build up a lot of things, we're very limited on troops. I think we should go with the Grand Battle Plan. Pre-plan everything to decrease our losses, then we go down the infiltration tree, which will also limit our losses. Kind of go with a Finland kind of strategy here. And how goes our production? Not good. We're still trying to arm our troops in the field. Okay, we got the modified government. Let's go to... we cannot do this. Yeah, we need... Oh, okay, some of the world tension bled off. Well, I don't really want to spend it on too much else. I want to save it so we can do some other things. I mean, there's no real reason not to save it, so... Okay, throws a lavish party. Well... I guess that's a reason to do it. We could just spend some of our political power on this. Just because I don't want to halt our construction again. And while we're at it, let's also do some concentrated industry. And let's do some... what do we want to do here? Let's get some logistics companies. We'll put those in at some point. So how goes our construction? Okay, we should have more civilian factories here soon. And we're building up pretty well. Okay, so we got the MALAXA. So, I don't know, maybe that's a company name. Anti-Comintern Pact. Yeah, we'll join it. Why not? Okay, so we are going to want to... Let's do invest in the steelworks. We are going to need to do that. Then the next one we'll do the one right beside that because I'll give us some military factories. We'll put some into our production here to help out and bolster our deficit because we do have a huge deficit in our infantry equipment. Can take one factory off that, put it there just to help out a bit. But we are beginning to train some of these guys because of our because we have now got some spare equipment, and it looks like just our support equipment. Modify government. Can we put... No, we can't do limited exports. That sucks. Can we do... Yes, we can do early mobilization. So it'll decrease our construction speed a bit, but our consumer goods factories will go down, which will definitely help us if our king has another lavish party. So let's do that. Start mobilizing things a bit more. We're also going to want... now we'll wait on that. Just a lot of waiting around for early game, especially with these small nations. We could have started in 1939, but by that point we would have already been tracked for another. We probably would have been on track to becoming a German ally. Okay, so we're going to invest in the IAR. I'm not sure what that means, but it looks like it gives us some military factories and some looks like fighter stuff. So we'll do that. Then that'll be the last thing we do to improve our economy, and we'll move over to political things. Okay, so the royal household accounts is finished. Yeah, we've already produced another factory, so we've got another one building this one, so we can start snowballing these. We can get some of these military factories built. Starting to build up a surplus of some of our things, so we're still pretty deeply in debt with our infantry equipment, which is going to take another 500 days to finish. So hopefully we can fix that sooner with some of our investing in military factories and our construction efforts. I don't think we're going to be going to war immediately during World War II. Okay, the Hindenburg disaster. German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. For reasons yet to be determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Due to the scarcity and expense of helium and the U.S. ban on exporting it, the Hindenburg, like all German passenger airships, was ultimately engineered to use hydrogen, which provided greater lift but was also flammable. With the public faith shaken by this disaster and the rise of much faster passenger aircraft, this could spell the end for the era of airships. Oh, the humanity. You know, when you look at the actual footage of the Hindenburg disaster, you'd think it's 35 lives is such a small number for something that devastating and that large. But no, apparently also, if I remember correctly, there were survivors of it as well, which is even more surprising, in all honesty. Alright, so do we need oil? We don't really need oil. Let's start our royal dictatorship. Let's also modify the government. Oh well, yeah, that could be useful. We'll do that. And we have 2 more of our factories, so we're going to put those into our infantry equipment. Holy crap, and looking at the time, we went way over time, so you guys are lucky. You got a half-hour episode this time. If you guys enjoyed this episode and would like to see more, please leave a like down below. If you like this episode and want to continue to and keep up on my upload schedule, you can definitely subscribe to the channel. That's always helpful. Any comments, criticisms are always appreciated in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.